It's your boy, Amreezy, and I'm here with another This Week on StocksFC for the week commencing April the 2nd, 2024. StocksFC well and truly underway now. I'm still fairly new at the game. I'm still fairly new trader on StocksFC. However, I'm loving it. I'm still in my first month, so I still have my 3 shares on loan. That's how new I am. Still on loan. Still my first month, but this is the first weekend just gone where I felt like it was all in action. We were trading. It was Wolf of Wall Street vibes for sure this weekend. We had all the Premier League fixtures back. In the previous weekend, it was an international break, so I didn't really get to see the kind of market fully active on a weekend with all the stocks playing. It was like a muted kind of week where you had to be clever and go, okay, only a few stocks playing in the international break. Let's go for them. However, this weekend, glorious. All the stocks in action, full set of Premier League fixtures. I loved it. I kind of saw as well how I had good stocks that didn't get rewarded. They would just beat into the pole positions by other stocks that were good. So I'm kind of seeing that even with StocksFC in its early days at the moment, there's still loads of stocks on there, even though they don't have all the players yet. They still have enough of good quality stocks that pip you to sort of podium places. So it was a good weekend for me. I had some rewards. I also had a few good stocks that didn't deliver. I'll show you all of that later in my preview, my review, and in my portfolio. I added a few stocks of a new player, which is exciting for me. I am holding off a little bit still just because I didn't really get enough of a key return from my players that I kind of wanted. But I think it's too soon to make a decision on some of those stocks. I bought them last week. I bought quite a few last week. So check out my video last week if you haven't, where I show you a big chunk of stocks that I've bought. Haven't bought as many this week, bought one, and then I'm thinking a few more maybe next week. So, the wonderful world of StocksFC, we're having a great time. Let's start off these week reviews, as we always do, by reviewing last weekend, how I got on, the top stocks, the top performers, and we also got a team of the month. So let's start this video by looking at last week. Here it is, the team of the week for last weekend. So, we had the top 5. Number 1, Isak was the biggest scorer this week with 82 points. If you've got Isak, you're in glorious land. I looked at him before this weekend and I missed the boat. I should have gone in for him. I think even last week was good for him. I think he's an international. He's Newcastle's main man. And I was kind of thinking, you know, it's easier to say now that he's had a really good score with 2 penalties at the weekend, but I'm hoping some people are put off because it was 2 penalties and they think, oh, he's not going to score 2 penalties every game. However, Newcastle are picking up slightly a bit of form, and I think they really missed him when he was injured. Him and Wilson, both injured at the same time, I think played a part in Newcastle's dip in form. I'm hoping that now he's back fully playing games, he can sort of get started. He's the main guy. Wilson's still injured for the season, so he's got that number 9 spot all for him until the end of the season. I think even next season, he's a long-term pick. They surely are not going to get a better striker than him, so you build the team around him. I think they need to strengthen in midfield, possibly defense. So Isak, main guy, 82 points this weekend, the number 1 scorer. In second place was Salah. Back to his best. I bought him last weekend. I bought him in international break for what I think is a good price. I think a lot of people are slightly worried he might leave at the end of the season. That might be possibly affecting why his stock price is a bit lower compared to other players like him. But I feel like he can still deliver a lot more team of the weeks for till the end of the season. Team of the months, team of the season. It looks like he's going to be placed in, and then you kind of gamble that he stays at Liverpool or he moves to a league that's going to be in StocksFC in the near future. I think that's the play. So Salah was second, 69 points for Salah. In third place this weekend was Kudos at West Ham. He's been putting some killer performances lately. I want some stocks in Kudos. However, his price to me is a little bit too highly priced. So he's really rocketing. His price is going up and up and up. And I kind of want to wait for his next dip before I get involved. It might be next season for me, but jealous if you've got Kudos. You're riding all the way to the end of the season now. He looks like he's in great form. Highest scoring midfielder this week as well. So kudos to Kudos. Then Son was third with 68 points as well. Joint third. Let's give him joint third. Son, 68 points. He did well in the international break last week. So he was in team of the week again. 2 team of the weeks in a row. He's looking good, Son. If you've got him, Spurs are attacking. I think he's kind of playing as the main striker. Richarlison also gets a few games there, but he seems to be the main goal-scoring threat along with Maddison. So if you've got him, you're loving it. Again, he's another player who I just don't think I can come in at this price and kind of feel confident that I'm going to get enough returns. So I can't get involved in Son until the end of the season, I think. And then Martinez in goal. Goalkeepers are funny because there's not that many goalkeepers on the platform. He's kind of battling with the likes of Onana, Leno at Fulham. I think Alisson might be there as well. I've not fully investigated goalkeepers. I was looking at a few Leno stocks. I do have a few Pope stocks. My thinking being that when he returns to Newcastle soon, there's not much competition at goalkeepers. So I'm hoping Pope is the player who kind of steps in and becomes the #1 goalkeeper in StocksFC. However, it was Martinez this week. If you've got him, you're laughing, mate. These are the in-play stocks, the highest paying stocks per stock. I annoyingly don't have any of these stocks. So I did have a few stocks pay out over the weekend. However, in terms of the top payout per stock, so these are the stocks that aren't as many stocks in the game. So when they hit, when they get rewards, they give you a juicier payout. Like Gusto is someone I've wanted at Chelsea, but he's just, price is rocketing at the moment. I just can't justify buying him. In my trading patterns, I kind of want to get players while they're slightly on the way down so that I can kind of take advantage when they're on the way up. So I've not got Gusto, I've not got Wood, McAllister, Gallagher. I mean, some of these stocks are ones that I want. I'm just waiting till they have a next dip. They're all on the way up. Van Dijk, McBurney at Sheffield United. He's one that I'm going to avoid, even though he had a good weekend. I don't see him scoring him that well every weekend, so I'm going to avoid him for that reason. Son, as I've said before, I'd like him. I just can't. Johnson at Spurs as well had a good game. I just don't know with Spurs if you go Son for the sort of consistent one, or they also do have Johnson and Kulusevski on the platform. And I feel like they're both the same kind of risk where like each week one of them could smash and could do really well, but it's about, for me, getting them at a good price and kind of working out who's the regular one to pick. So I have not got Johnson, so that's what puts me off Johnson and Kulusevski. But I can see, as from this week, they're both great picks. At Brentford. Listen, I don't think I'm going to be going for Brentford defenders anytime soon. I do have my eye on Pinnock at Brentford. He's injured, could return and is a high scorer, but slightly off put with Brentford this season. And then Rice. I'd love to have Rice. Low stocks, not that many stocks. High scorer. Was he in the team of the week? Wasn't in the team of the week, but I think maybe team of the month, team of the season contender, Rice. So these were the top payouts per stock. I don't have any of them, unfortunately. However, I had a few stocks that did get paid out from the team of the week. For example, I had Salah, I had Isak, I had Williams. I picked up his IPO stocks last week, so it was great to see him in team of the week 2 weeks in a row. So I had a few of them, and then let's look at the team of the month, which also got announced for March. Here I had Salah, I had Rodri, I had White, Ben White. I think could be a good pick. And then there's the keeper, Onana, who I've not got, but like I said, keeper. If you can get the right keeper at this early stage, it seems like Onana's been winning team of the months and loads of team of the weeks. So if you've had him from the beginning, great. So this was team of the month. Son, Diaz, Salah. For me now, it's about finding players that could get team of the season. I think team of the month, I've got Salah, Rodri. The rest are just too high priced for me. Szoboszlai, McAllister, Kudos. I'd like to have all of them. I just feel like their prices is rocketing and I've got to wait for them to come down before I buy them. Same with Son and Diaz. In defense, Tsimikas. I just don't think now that Robertson's kind of coming back from injury, he's a sensible pick long term. So I'm not going to be going for Tsimikas. Mavropanos has kind of benefited from having an international break. And West Ham doing well. I don't feel fully certain in West Ham's defense to go for him as well. So White is who I have. Happy with him. That's team of the month. That's last week reviewed. Let's take a quick look at my portfolio and some small changes that I've made since last week's video. Here it is. Here it is. Round up, roll up, ladies and gentlemen. This is the portfolio. Since last week's video where I made quite a few stock purchases, I haven't made that many this week. I've only picked up 5 stocks of Isak. I did buy these kind of towards the end of the Newcastle game when he was doing so well. I just thought there's not going to be anyone that outscores him this weekend. I'll pick up 5, even though the price was rising. I kind of saw it still going higher, basically. So I picked up 5 Isak stocks. And in terms of stocks I'm selling, I'm not really selling them. They're just expiring. I've got these 3 stocks that I got on loan: Adebayor at Luton, Dalot, and Casemiro. They now all expire on Saturday coming up on the 6th of April. So that'll be my 1 month period at StocksFC ended, which means those stocks expire. Adebayor didn't earn me a nothing, so I'm going to lose these stocks. Basically, quick overview of how it works. I'm going to lose these stocks because when you sign up to StocksFC, if you use a link, like the link I'm providing in the description of this video, if you sign up to StocksFC using a link, so use my link, use someone else's link, just don't go up signing from Google, basically. Sign using a link like mine, and you get 3 free stocks on loan for your first month. And you get to earn rewards on those 3 months. So you can kind of see here, this is how it works. My stocks are going to end because it's going to be my first month coming up to an end. And I'm going to lose those stocks. However, I get to keep any rewards earned while those stocks earned rewards, which isn't much, but it's nice. And it also gives you an idea about those kind of stocks and how they score. And you can kind of scout those stocks for future. So Adebayor, nothing earned, no interest in him. Dalot earned me 9p. Which, considering it was only 1 stock, is kind of encouraging for me. I think if I had a few more, if I'd have gone for sort of like 5, which is kind of like the lowest order I kind of do at the moment, because I'm still starting off, 5 times 9, that's 45p. So I could have got a slightly nicer reward there if I had actually owned some more of those. And Casemiro only 4p. So not great stocks on loan. However, it's a bit of a lottery with the 3 stocks you get given. I got Dalot, which was good. Maybe I could have got 2 more. Maybe if you sign up to StocksFC, you'll get 3 luckier stocks. So they were mine and they're going to be ending. So it's almost like I'm selling them. They won't be there in next week's video. And then, yeah, Isak was the only stock that I bought. I still have Clivert, who's a stock that I want to sell, but his price has dropped so low. I kind of just think with I'm going to lose so much if I sell him in terms of what I bid. Almost half now. What I bid. So my thinking with him is he's still getting games for Bournemouth. I think I just hold on and hope he gets a game. Maybe he makes the Euro squad for Netherlands. I'm not quite sure. I need to investigate that. Isak was the only purchase that I made this week. And it was a little bit of me kind of going, oh, this player's just scored a couple of goals. Get him for his team of the week and his in-play rewards, which I got, which was great. However, I still think he's lowly priced. Like if we see his graph here, he's had a big decline since he got injured, since he came on the platform. And even though he's had this thing, I think this is an upward trend now for Isak. I've looked at Newcastle's fixtures for the end of the season. They got some great fixtures. They're going to hopefully be pushing for a European place. So I think I bought him at 0.00065 and we see the offers now. The lowest selling offer is 0.00069. So I kind of got him at a good price, I think. I got him, if we look at the graph here, 6.5. This is where it is here. So I got him below where he currently is, below what he was selling yesterday. So I think I got him in the middle of this little spike at the end there. So I'm hoping he levels out and then has some more price rises as the season ends. They've got some really good fixtures, Newcastle. With him fit now, let's see. So even though I can see why people were selling, because maybe they bought him here at his bottom and they saw this as a kind of nice time to sell out and make some profit. I still think we're going to go further with Isak. But, this channel is not financial advice. I'm just a football obsessed fan who likes to spot trends. And I could possibly see why we're Isak now. So I bought him. Happy that I've got some rewards already. And let's see where we go with Isak. So that's my portfolio. I'm hoping next week I buy a few more stocks. I just want to give the stocks that I bought 2 weeks. I don't want to be too rash in my decisions and kind of going, he's not one. Because if you look, for example, in my portfolio, for example, I bought Enzo Fernandez, 10 stocks, the most I have of anyone, Enzo Fernandez. He didn't have a great weekend. Chelsea, once again, didn't have a good week. So his values come down a bit. However, I've got to give him at least 2 weeks. Chelsea do have a good fixture at the weekend coming, Sheffield United away. So hopefully he can pick up some points. Same with Rodri. I bought him at kind of a good, kind of a high price. So my thinking is Rodri's a long-term pick. Team of the season contender, team of the month. His price has come down a bit, but not enough to worry about. So that's how my portfolio is looking. I'm hoping to add a few more next week. Let's now take a look at this coming game weekend for the Premier League and who I think could be short-term stocks to think about if you're thinking of a quick stock to sort of buy and then sell the following week. So let's take a look at this weekend coming. So ahead of the weekend fixture, so we've actually got midweek fixtures in the Premier League this weekend and weekend fixtures coming. So a lot of Premier League football to be played this midweek and weekend. A lot of potential for stocks to score well, especially the big hitters. I feel like with 2 weeks, I'm still new to StocksFC, so I'm still kind of getting used to the scoring metrics. But I do believe if there's 2 games within a game week, you pick the best score from that player, which when there's 2 games does kind of favor the big stocks because it's almost like they've got 2 rolls of the dice to get a good score. So as well as the weekend's fixtures and midweek fixtures, there are 3 new IPO stocks on StocksFC. Adingra at Brighton, he's currently available at a good price, I feel like. He's a young player with potential. The only thing that puts me off him is Brighton's kind of fixture rotation. I just feel like you can't really nail any of their starters. There's not really, apart from maybe Dunk in defense, Gross in midfield. They're possibly the sort of nailed on ones, but I feel like the defense changes, the midfield changes, the strikers constantly rotating. So that puts me off investing in Adingra. However, I do see if you were, say, a Brighton fan and you maybe are getting a few Brighton stocks together, I feel like it'd be a good one for your portfolio. And he's young, could move, could become a regular in the team. So let's see how he does. I'm going to be holding off him. Same with Pereira at Fulham. I think last season I would have been really tempted to buy him. This season, I just feel like Fulham haven't been as good as last season. And also Pereira hasn't been as crucial to the team. I feel like, Palhinha is probably the one you want in that midfield. Pereira, I'm not so certain on. And then with my Chelsea cap on, Jackson is the kind of stock that tempts me the most. He's coming on Thursday. He will have had a game at Chelsea more. I just feel like definitely till the end of the season, he should be nailed in the Chelsea team. It's whether you want to gamble that Chelsea are going to continue this downtrend in form or they're going to pick up form. I think Jackson won't get as many IPO sales as possibly as maybe earlier on in the season. At the beginning of the season, he would have got a lot more sales. I think that a bit of confidence in him has dropped and Chelsea has dropped. However, as a Chelsea fan, I believe, stick with him. So I'm tempted to get in a few. I have to stick with the Chelsea stocks because I'm an optimist. And, even if they don't pay out this season, I feel like Chelsea maybe change the manager. New guy comes in. Jackson could play on the wing, could play up front. He's versatile. He's young. I'm tempted. However, with Chelsea's bad form and with the fact that Chelsea could sign another striker in the summer, maybe they get someone like Osimhen. Is that going to really harm Jackson's chances next season? So I can see him being a good pick till the end of the season. However, next season, he might not be a long-term pick. So with all 3 of these stocks, I'm cautious. I think if Jackson has a really good midweek, it might convince me to pick up a few stocks after his midweek performance. Otherwise, I might be holding off all of these 3 stocks. So the stocks to maybe consider this weekend, if you're looking at a few stocks for a quick buy and then sell, because remember, if you buy a stock, you get 30 days of in-play rewards. Then you got to sell them or refresh and buy them again. Liverpool, Sheffield United. That's a midweek fixture for Liverpool. So if they kill it midweek, the likes of Salah, Diaz, Robertson's possibly going to be back for this fixture, or he could be back at the weekend. I think they're the 3 Liverpool stocks I'd think about considering this weekend. If you've got them, great. If you've not got them, maybe you could sort of get them for a quick buy, then sell after if the price goes up. I think Robertson and Tsimikas are interesting options because Tsimikas has been playing while Robertson's been injured, but I just feel like Robertson's going to come back, which puts me off getting Tsimikas, and also does make me think Robertson could be a better pick this week, because if he's back from injury, you could always wait to see what he does midweek against Sheffield United. Then he's got the weekend coming up to give him a kind of extra chance. So that's who I go for from Liverpool, Sheffield United. Another midweek fixture is Arsenal-Luton. You got to think with Arsenal's rising in form, they had a good result against City. For them, I think a draw was a good result for them. Now they've got Luton, a chance to kind of build on that City point. Rice, if you can afford him, is a great pick. If you've already got Gabriel, you're laughing as well. If you've already got Rice, you're laughing as well. I think they're the two picks I'd want. Martinelli is an option, but he didn't play the last game. He didn't play against Man City. I just think possibly, is he out of form now? I just think he's not worth it. So if you can get Rice and Gabriel, they're the stocks you go for from Arsenal. Palace and Man City is a fixture at the weekend. So after Man City play Villa at the week, maybe they could do well against Villa, by the way, midweek. They're going to want to bounce back with a win. Then they've got Palace, who that could be a good fixture for them. So you've got Foden, you've got Rodri, and you've got KDB back. He was a bit of an injury doubt for the weekend, but he played. So with the midweek and the weekend fixture, you could always see if KDB does really well at midweek, then you kind of want to back him for Palace. I just think over the two fixtures, Foden, Rodri, KDB, they're going to be delivering at least one of them over 2 games. Then I picked Everton, Burnley. Both of these teams, you wouldn't really target either of those stocks long term. However, with this being a relegation 6-pointer, I think there's a chance that you could gamble on 1 or 2 of the stocks ahead of the weekend and then make a quick sell if that's how you're playing StocksFC. Like I said, not financial advice, just I can see a good fixture. I can see the potential for someone like Garner at Everton or Beto, the striker at Everton, because Everton really need a win. And they are currently, as I'm recording this, there's the midweek fixtures have started and Beto's been given another start for Everton, not Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin's not been given a start. He's on the bench. Beto, who was an IPO recently, so his prices in his stocks haven't gone crazy. We can just check how Beto's done. Since his IPO, he's had a slight rise in form, probably with the Burnley fixture on the horizon. Now that he's starting against Newcastle today, in the midweek fixture, if he does well, then, he's got confidence. Against Burnley, it could be a good chance for a kind of quick sale on Beto while his price is fairly low. And then you either play out the end of the season, maybe Everton are going to try and stay up, or you sell him after the Burnley game. I don't think there's many Burnley players that I'd consider, but I think Beto could be an interesting one. And then the last fixture I've put is Sheffield United v Chelsea. Now, listen, I'm an optimistic Chelsea fan, but I've got no idea what we're looking at, what we're thinking. I think Chilwell didn't play at the weekend because he had played twice for England and his price has come low. So if you wanted someone maybe to keep a clean sheet and some attacking return, Chilwell could be an option I think could be worth thinking about. He has been on the way down. This is a downtrend if we look at these peaks. They are dropping. So you're getting a player who is in the low. However, one good game for Chilwell, things could turn. He does have Sheffield United midweek. I would possibly wait till after the midweek to see how he does. If he doesn't play midweek, I don't know if that increases his chance at the weekend, or possibly if he doesn't play, that means Cucurella plays again. Maybe Cucurella is the number 1 player. Don't think Cucurella is in the game. No, Cucurella not in the game yet. The other players you could consider are Sterling and Enzo Fernandez. I'd be more inclined to advise you go for Enzo Fernandez just because Sterling didn't start last game, came off the bench, didn't really do much. Possibly Sterling's days are numbered now that Chelsea's wingers are kind of finding some rhythm. Mudryk, Madueke, Palmer, Gallagher, these are all players that could play in the team ahead of Sterling. So now that those guys are all back from injury, let's see. If one of them gets injured midweek, could be a good idea to go for Sterling ahead of the Sheffield United game. If, say, Mudryk gets injured, if Madueke gets injured, that increases Sterling's chances of coming back in the team. So I'd play that one by ear. Sheffield United v Chelsea is the weekend fixture. It's not the midweek fixture. So keep an eye on Chelsea. Maybe they look good for Sheffield United. That's kind of a brief overview of the Premier League fixtures. If you've got any other tips, if you've got any other stock advice, let me know in the comments. I appreciate all advice. We're a new channel, so I need likes and subscribes. Greatly appreciated. Follow me on X, the artist formerly known as Twitter. Let me know any advice there. And I'll see you next week. Good luck with your weekends, everyone. Good luck with your trades. Peace.